Hello, I'm Matt, and I'm the developer working on RPG Tycoon. And today, I just wanted to show you some of the cool new features that I've been working on for 0.4, which I've been speaking about for a while, and now it's taking me absolute ages to get around to releasing. But trust me, it's all very much worth it. I'm taking this game to EGX in about a week, so if you're going, you'll be able to play this. Well, a slightly more advanced version of this game. But basically, I just wanted to sit through today and show you like some of the 40 plus features that have changed since the last build of the game in January. Yeah, no, I haven't played this game in a while. I've kind of obviously played it a bit to test it, but I've never done a kind of full-on playthrough. So it's very possible that some things here are going to bug out and we might be having some issues. So please just bear with me if it does do that. I will try and get them fixed as soon as possible. There's a few things that I still need to get done, which is why we're not at 0.4 fully yet. But I've just implemented the last kind of major feature that I wanted to get done today. So now it's kind of all focusing on optimization and balance and things like that. So rather than kind of talk your ears off for 20 minutes, we'll just do a playthrough. Do as much as I can before the game breaks, I guess, and keep going. And I should be able to show everything off to those of you that might not necessarily be able to make it and come and play, and just give you a preview of kind of what to expect. So I'm going to shut up and get started. Now, this has been a bug that I have been meaning to fix. I will fix this. It's basically based on screen resolution problems. So this won't be here the next time you see it, but I'm going to call this Matland. It's just something, I don't know why it does it, but I'll find out. I'm going to turn objectives off because they actually really annoy me. I'll hit begin. And here we go. Right, first things first, let me hit pause. So we have a nice kind of pause panel now. Right, we don't have a massive amount of space to play with anymore. Because it's too easy, and I've been meaning to kind of find a way to make players unlock and develop, and I didn't want to have them start with a small one and then go to like an overworld and then buy new land and move your kingdom, because that just didn't make sense to me. So I thought, well, why don't you have sections that you then expand into, because it also gives a kind of more functional start to the game, and it makes more sense that if you're starting in this rundown kingdom, that it would be empty and you'd have to build outwards and kind of build up your, I guess, repertoire of kingdomness, or words that actually make sense. Yeah, so anyway, we have this kind of land expansion thing now, which you can turn on and off, and you can spend money when you want to. And once you expand once, it'll then continue expanding and costing you more and more money. So, but you start off with I think it's all, they're 5x5 grids, I believe. Yeah, you can expand or not, and you can just start off with a little small tiny space. I tend to do that most of the time. So let's hit play and get going. Notice as well, I've taken away the kind of micro timer, so it now just clicks over for today's. So the game time is actually a lot faster. I think it's more interesting that way. The game was dragging on too much with the kind of 5th timer block. So yeah, there's edge scrolling as well, which is a big feature that I've been meaning to add for a while, and it's finally here. And I've just kind of been putting things in. I've been watching people play the game, and I've been putting things in that I've seen people try and do, and the game hasn't kind of responded to that. So I'm trying to make the game a bit more intuitive to the way that people expect it to play, such as edge scrolling and the likes. So hopefully, if you're into that kind of thing, it's available. And you can turn it off in the options menu as well. So. Right, small quarters, let's get stuff going. Yeah, you can't edge scroll when you're in build mode, so I'm going to tweak that, so that might be functional. Buildings now have this little kind of, the building ghost has this now little nice little hovery feature. If you flip the object, it'll make a nice little animation as well. Notice I'm actually clicking the button now too, so as well as the shortcut, I was seeing people try and click these and not really responding. So again, it's just there to be kind of more intuitive and help the player out. So yeah, it drops down, your money's popping up, and it's showing you more things. The game is responding to players more. It's really important about this update. It's something I've been trying to get right, and I think I'm heading in the right direction with it. So I've taken away building menus. You now hover over them, and they have these little kind of info boxes that pop up. Each they're not really functional at the moment. I want you to be able to level buildings up using the research feature, which I'll go into a bit later. I'm just gonna pause it for a minute. And basically, there's facilities and stores, and facilities are functional things for your kingdom, but aren't available for adventurers, or they won't sell items to people, whereas stores will, and they all interact differently and have different info boxes. But this info box is a kind of mechanic that I'm going to be implementing further into the game. It's kind of an alternative to the like hover over thing that exists, and it will change over time, but this is the basic thing for it. I like the little kind of poppy up animation there. That just makes me smile every time it happens. So I often kind of sit there triggering it. So yeah, so all of the menu stuff is now above the top. There's a couple of new screens, which again I'll go into in a bit. First things first, let us hire a hero. So we're going to hire... Let's go for... I want to show off one of these traits. Who have we got? Fixed Lone Wolf. Lovely. Right, that's always good. Better performance during custom quests. Great. Let's hire Tara. Because I've added traits into the game. And there you go. She has a little pop-up box as well. I've added traits into the game that implement and that affect the way that your quests go down, and the way, the traits are affecting actually how you're playing the game. So some are quest related, some are hero related, some are statistic related, etc., etc. And you can see we have needs here. So there's a social, entertainment, quest, fatigue, and health need. Now you could see there was no combat. There was a low combat need there because she hasn't been on a quest yet. So we will fix that by sending Tara on an epic quest. We'll start off with that. You can actually click there now if you've decided that you've accidentally assigned the wrong hero. Approach is going to change by the time you see it. I want this to be more related to actual stats. So there's going to be 6 options here rather than 5, and they're going to relate to the stat that the quest requires. So you would be advised to pick the one that you think is most beneficial to your crew. So if you have a crew that's high in strength, you'd want to do a strengthy approach. But if the quest you do isn't really friendly towards a strengthy approach, that might be a bad thing. So it's going to be kind of swings and roundabouts there, but everything kind of works on dice rolls like an RPG would. A lot of people have been asking kind of how the functioning of the Undertone is, and it is very much kind of biased dice rolls based on your statistics, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I've done some tweaks to the UI. I'm still not happy with the way that these quest things are going to come. I think I want to have them pop up in little boxes that you can then click, and again, just some more nicer UI things. This is fine for now, but I want kind of custom quests to kind of be like little pop-up boxes that you can hover over if you want to, or they'll just sit there and have a little progress on. So you can have the choice of whether you want to find more information out about these things rather than just being forced in this ugly box that was down here previously. Right, let's just skip through this for now. We failed that one. Balls. Yeah, there's a help screen. People were asking about whether I could get a tutorial. I didn't want to spend the time putting a tutorial in for stuff that might possibly change. So there's now help screens, which are small topics on and goes into more detail about different things in the game. Should you want to do that research and find a bit more about how the game actually works, or you can just do the thing that most people do, like myself do, when you're in the game, and just play it until it breaks and keep playing it until they learn. I've learned how to play FTL a lot like that, and just trying to work out, oh, well, I've made lots of mistakes. Ever tried, ever failed, and all that. Right, so come back. Oh, no, we are doing... Hey, we succeeded that one. Hooray. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Right, come on. And there she comes. She comes back. Come on, Tara. Give me some goodies. What have we got? Okay, some experience. We got 5. Yeah, all right. We got some renown and some gold, which is good. And lots of items which we can sell. We don't have any stores yet to actually sell them, so we can sell them and then finish. And there's a bug in itself. We actually haven't had any response from... Okay, cool. So we didn't actually earn any of that. Okay. Epic quests are a little bit broken. I will fix those. Oh, actually, yeah, little UI thing. Just change some UI stuff. You'll notice little UI things here and there. Right. So, 3 of the new buildings that are coming. The clinic, which, as you see, their health there. So when they're on quest, they'll lose health. If you build a clinic, your heroes will then heal themselves should they need to. A barracks, which is currently too expensive, which I want to buy because I want to be able to show off that feature. And a theatre, which will entertain your heroes. And it will attract adventurers. Hopefully, by the time that you get the release of this, adventurers should be able to come and spend some time in the theatre. Right, so let's send out on another quest. We'll send out on an epic quest so I can show you some of the, custom quests. Let's go on a farmhand. Yeah, to Albanon. Let's do that. Go on Tara. This might break. I haven't tested this recently. So we'll take food, a little bit of drink, 1 weapon, lots of horses. Horses are important on a farmhand quest. A little bit of armor. A little bit of a challenge, fair amount of navigation, I think. Bit more food, maybe. We'll just go heavy on the food and, no, take that off. And a couple on the horses, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember how the points work. It kind of works on an average of your combination that you've made. Okay, so Tara the Bold has the Lone Wolf trait, which means that she'll perform much better in this quest. So she'll naturally have a boost whenever she undertakes custom quests because she can do those on her own. So she's actually better doing custom quests than she would be doing epic. So this is going to be the benefit of like hiring different types of heroes, whereas you might want to hire heroes that are really good in groups and group those together, because if you, for example, if you group 5 heroes that have a, I don't know what I'm going to call the trait yet, but that have a trait that gives them bonuses on epic quests, you're going to get 5 times that bonus. Oh, there she goes, she's come back. That was quick. Okay, so Albanon are now much happier with us. We didn't do very well, but they're happy, and we got some money and we got some followers, so we should start getting adventurers in. She has lost a little bit of health, but it's nothing we can't handle. So we should have taken more swords. Okay, so we shouldn't have taken more weapons there, but it was a good choice to stock up on food, and she needs to improve her strength. So that quest related heavily on strength. So we need to train that up. So hopefully we do have enough money now. Now I'm going to be cheeky because I know I'm going to get a loan for doing this. So I'm actually going to buy a barracks straight away, and you're not going to let me. Why aren't you going to let me build there? Okay, again, I've improved. I say improved. Apparently I haven't, but I've tweaked the way that the grid system works, and so now it doesn't want to let me build here. But I can build it there, so I'm going to build it there for now. So yeah, that's a nice little barracks. There you go. It's got its little pop-up-y thing. No money left, but we've now got a little bit of money, so we can train her. And I'll just quickly show you how training works. So you have a little training window. There's going to be more than one building that give you training. So for example, I want some that are more focused on perhaps mage training and things like that, that will focus much more on logic and intellect, whereas obviously barracks will focus much more on strength and speed. So there's a lot more kind of relating to that. So there'll be different things we can do. And we're going to just get her strength up. So we could go for lifting barrels. We can afford to lift some barrels. So let's lift some barrels. There we go. Strength up by 13. That's good. We'll stand guard, I guess. Now keep in mind the fatigue is going up, so you'll actually only be able to train them a few times before they won't be able to train anymore. Yeah, we'll keep doing. How much have we got? We've got a little bit more money. Okay, cool. All right, so her strength is now up a little bit further, which is good. I'm not going to lose all of my money and lose the game. That wouldn't be wise. There might be some layering issues that go on in a second, which I'm fully aware of. And yeah, so what you just saw there was something that I'm going to try and tweak out by the time you see this. But basically, I'm wanting adventurers to have a bit smarter AI. And they're actually going to make, there you go, I didn't want that to happen. They're going to make decisions based on what you have in your kingdom and whether you have anything. I'm just going to pause it. Whether you have what they want. And if you don't have what they want in the kingdom, they'll have a negative effect on their mood, and they'll look for something else. And if you don't have that, they'll have a more negative effect on their mood, and then eventually they'll leave. Now, I'm going to differ that from what I was playing around with, which was an attractiveness rating. I do want your kingdom to have an attractiveness rating, but I think that's going to be more based on what you have in your kingdom and how many followers are actually staying in your kingdom after they've visited one location. So hopefully by the time that this launches, that will be in the game. It might not be, but you kind of see where I'm going with this, I guess. Now I'm losing money, so I'm gonna send. I'm gonna have to send her out on another quest. We're not getting money from epic quests, are we? Okay. Let's do the same again because she did well, I guess. Make haste again. We needed more weapons, didn't we? I believe. So let's add another point to weapons. Now we got good for food, so we might have actually. We might want to get more food. We might get some more points. Yeah, let's go with that. I think that's probably a better choice. We might get a better score this time around, maybe. So she's going to get a boost anyway because she's got the lone wolf trait, but we don't know. So yeah. So if you look here, adventurers, they have an amount of money. They have a happiness status. Like I said, I've kind of started to implement that. They also have random name generations. So if you want your name in the game, feel free to suggest some names and I'll drop them in. I guess kind of something worth doing. I want to have it just a stupid combo of names. There's a lot of random name generation I have going on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is what I was worried was going to happen. And it was possibly going to lock up here. Darn. Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to have to leave it there. Like I said, there's a couple of bugs going in, but you can see some of the cool new things that I'm bringing to the game. And I'm going to iron out. I've now got a couple of weeks to iron out these bugs, and it's something I wanted to do. I wanted to get the last few features in so that I can iron out these bugs, get them all ready for the expo. So if you're coming to EGX, this is what you can expect with a slightly more bug-free version, hopefully. I'm going to try and tweak and figure out what's going on with these and get this really polished so that when you get your hands on 0.4, which if you're not coming to the expo, if you're not getting a preview of, will be live hopefully on, so I think it's Sunday the 15th of March. If not, it'll be Monday the 16th. It depends on availability. But it'll be live basically within about a week from now. So I haven't been able to show you everything, but hopefully this has given you a kind of idea about what I've been working on and some of the improvements that the game has had. And I hope you can bear with me. And all I can do is say thank you for all of your support so far on RPG Tycoon. I really appreciate it. And thank you very much. And I will see you again very soon.